Yo, what's up, people? How y'all doing out there? Yeah, we live back again. Got a few things to talk about today. I appreciate y'all pulling up. Salute to Miss Denise Stewart. Go get her in the building. Appreciate you guys for pulling up. Um, Today we're gonna talk about the debt ceiling America is facing right now. That's what's going on in the economy. Once again, we getting our debt from the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is a privately owned business. It's not federal. They just call it that. All right. We're gonna talk about that. And then we're gonna talk about the Bitcoin conference that just passed. That's actually going on now. I'm gonna show you a little few excerpts from that. Especially about a next presidential candidate that's running for president is about Bitcoin. He has a familiar name, household name, Robert Kennedy, brother. So, what's up, young Riaz? Appreciate you pulling up. So we're gonna talk about those things today. So, see what's good. I'm gonna play this little thing right here until some people pull up and see what's going on.
I believe in money, power, and respect. First you get the money, then you get the motherfucking power. After you get the fucking power, motherfuckers will respect. Money, power, respect, what you need in life. Money, power, respect, eating right. Money, power, respect, money, power, respect. Money, power,
Hey, yo, my whole clique bout it. We take yours while you pout about it.
You want to know what's more important than throwing away money at a strip club? Credit. You ever wonder why Jewish people own all the property in America? This how they did it. Financial freedom, my only hope. Fuck living rich and dying broke. I bought some artwork for 1 million. 2 years later, that shit worth 2 million. Few years later, that shit worth 8 million. I can't wait to get this shit to my children. Y'all think it's bougie, I'm like, it's fine, but I'm trying to give you $1 million worth of game for $9.99. Turn a 2 to a 4, 4 to a 8.
Buy a little polka dot, buy a little V-Chain, buy a little Say Moon, house got safe room, party out of Cancun, fucking with the Coinbase Pro, got Zcash, fucking with the Robinhood out, got a free bag, and I'm on the blockchain, burning on blockchain, down the shit some octane, chillin' at the house game, then I hit the trap spot, just to get some bags off, 20K in the loan, down there, mad off, all coins in the red, I'ma get them half, I'm a young nigga, hit a licky, selling piece, half out, I'ma go to Mars on niggas, I'ma blast off, I'ma hit 50 in the mall, I'ma cash out.
Rich ass nigga probably got Bitcoin. Scary ass nigga better wait they turn. Grandma on dime, I love my. You better think to it for your life get burned. Pour more, I got the end. Cause she control, have it begin. Yeah, I win it. No, I ain't finished. She wanna jeopardize my whole way of living.
I earned this motherfucking shit. And that pussy ass nigga right there, he was giving this shit.
I'm getting money now, shit. I'm live, but them niggas be donating like a motherfucker. Every time I open that room, shit, my shit got up to like 500 the other day and shit.
That nigga's a fucking liar. And he know he caught. That's a buck dancing little boy, and he was always up under white men.
He's a blind person leading more blind people. I ain't got no problem with you, Skinny. You know, I appreciate you having a decent little talk with me last night. I thought it was gonna go totally left.
I muted my mic because ears kept telling me to be quiet, but I don't see ears telling you to shut your motherfucking mouth.
You know what? I'm trying to get a balance, homeboy. I ain't trying to be biased.
But listen though, every time I'm trying to make my point, he's interrupting for a reason because I know this bitch ass nigga. Now let me get this nigga on video and stop letting this nigga interrupt me.
Okay, I'm getting money now, shit. I'm live, but them niggas be donating like a motherfucker.
Every time I start talking, this bitch ass nigga start interrupting because he know I can fill in these blanks for y'all. Stop letting this nigga interrupt me, man. That's all this nigga know how to do.
I ain't got no problem with you, Skinny. You know, I appreciate you having a decent little talk with me last night. I thought it was gonna go totally left.
You go ahead and finish up, and then he got to respond.
Yeah, niggas don't respect the real no more. I swear. Cause y'all let these bitch ass niggas do all this talking. This nigga is the fakest nigga I know in the world. This nigga keep moving the goalposts. Well, I only said this to hold this nigga to no standard.
I'm getting money now, shit. I'm live, but them niggas be donating like a motherfucker.
Because he know a nigga that ain't got a lot of education, that nigga ain't smart. He talk how they tell him to talk. Why you think he don't never step out on his own faith? That nigga don't believe in God. That nigga don't believe in nothing. All he believe in is money.
Never hot. Shit, Kwame got back hot. And I got an advantage on that situation because, you know, that's my hometown homeboy.
Because he know it's gonna get him pussy and everything else. Y'all listening to an immature ass little kid that all he like to do is play little immature games. I'm a grown ass motherfucking man.
Shit, Kwame got back hot. And I got an advantage on that situation because, you know, that's my hometown homeboy.
They're gonna suppress certain ones and they're gonna exalt certain ones. And they'll give them every motherfucking thing they need to make them look like they somebody.
Shit, Kwame got back hot. And I got an advantage on that situation because, you know, that's my hometown homeboy.
Stars are not motherfucking born, they made. And with niggas like me that ain't supposed to be in the situation that I was in, they didn't have no motherfucking outlook from a nigga, from a manor house line nigga. 18,000 is what I come from, nigga. The fuck you talking about? Why you think a bitch ass nigga talk to me like that? Why you think he talk to me the way he talk to me? Cause he don't think I deserve it. And I used to break niggas like that face in real life.
I'm a reaction channel, man. I react. And I'm reacting. I ain't got no problem with you, Skinny. You know, I appreciate you having a decent little talk with me last night. I thought it was gonna go totally left. I thought it was gonna go like one of those Mr. Rib talks. Cause Mr. Rib Dinner, you can't talk to him. As soon as you say something he don't like, Mr. Rib Dinner, boy, he gonna fuck off. He gonna call you, he gonna kick you off that stage, he gonna call you all type of name.
I'm done, y'all go.
You done fucked up, you know that, don't you? I see what I'm saying. I thought. No, so, you know what I'm saying? That you done fucked up now, you know that, don't you? Yeah, you know you done fucked up, don't you? You know it, don't you? No, you done fucked up.
What up, man? Yeah, so we on that to this morning. So, what's up, people? How y'all doing? Go Getter, Steven in the building. Divine, New Jersey in the building. Cortez, ENT in the building. Ears brush his teeth with his wicks. Damn right. So today we gonna talk about this fucking debt ceiling that's going on. Right? We're gonna talk about that. And I got a couple articles that I got about it, that because I know a lot of people don't understand what's going on with that. So we gonna get that popping. Is my mic good? Everybody hear me good? All right. So it say the dysfunctional debt ceiling the dysfunctional debt ceiling fight could cause a $12 trillion blow to the economy if Washington doesn't get its act together. Right? So this right here is going on right now while nobody's really paying attention except people that's in tune with the economy. This is why Biz come on here, because I try to get my people in tune with the economy, right? What's going on in the actual economics of America in the markets and shit like that. So this right here is telling you that they have a deadline to meet, right? If they don't meet this deadline and raise this economy, this debt ceiling, we could be in for some serious trouble, right? It say once upon a time, the debt ceiling was something that made it easier, not harder, for Americans to pay its bills. So basically, what the debt ceiling is, it's the amount of money the United States government can borrow from the Federal Reserve, right? What the fuck? Uh-oh. We can go on that right there. So basically, they got a limit, and I think the limit is like 31 trillion. We're gonna go into it right here. Let me see. We're gonna scroll through this and see what's going on with this. Wait, I done passed the joint. All right, let's go to this one. Because I got a few of them. Boom. $12 trillion. The three disasters that the default would trigger, right? So they're saying basically if we don't make it by a deadline, I believe it's June. You've probably been hearing about the massive problem of the national debt for years, right? Since 2000. The debt has grown from 5.6 trillion to over 31 trillion. This is the amount of money that the United States government owes the Federal Reserve. This is why JFK didn't want, John F. Kennedy, he didn't want this Federal Reserve and the Federal Reserve Act because of this shit, right? They just keep borrowing money and raising the debt, right? So let's see what's going on. What could happen if we default on that? There go right there. It's this line right here is telling you June 1st, right? The debt, they have to make a decision by June 1st, right? The country could hit it as early as June 1st. Well, we actually reached the debt ceiling in January. So Congress, the Republicans and Democrats, they going back and forth on whether to raise it or not. The Republicans don't want to raise it because the Democrats be spending money on wild shit, right? And the Republicans like, yo, we don't want y'all keep spending money like that. And the Democrats like, well, we want to keep spending money. So they going back and forth. And they haven't come up with an agreement. But they're saying if they don't reach an agreement by June 1st, we could be in some serious trouble. So that's what's on the line. And the things that people not realizing, Social Security, right? You see that? It say no one knows exactly how the government will react to an unprecedented default on its debt, but most immediately, the United States government could divert funds to its debt obligations, foregoing payments to tens of millions of Social Security beneficiaries in the process. So the people that's on Social Security not gonna get that bread. You see how that work? But they take it out your check every week, right? Got to remember the country is in debt. Why? Because of the monetary policy. How they keep printing money, sending money to other countries, fighting wars. The military is one of the most, well, it probably is the biggest, people that get the most money, like for jets and tanks and all that shit, and all the troops and shit, they get the most money. Then they fund other countries. You see, they sending billions of dollars overseas, right, to other countries. And this is causing a debt problem. Plus the pandemic, when they printed all that money, it's almost like they doing this shit on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And John F. Kennedy's brother is now running for president, right? He's running for president, and he has a campaign on Bitcoin. You're gonna see here shortly, because we're gonna go over that, right? The interest rates can even go even higher, right? What that would cause is a real collapse and a recession and all type of wild shit out here. You'll see the prices going through the roof. Basically, these other third world countries, they have hyperinflation. What that means is you go to sleep, milk $3, you wake up, milk $5. You go to sleep again, you wake up, milk $6. It just debased the currency fast, rapidly. We could go through that, and if they don't act by June 1st, the Congress, right? But in history, they always end up raising the debt ceiling. So this is just a warning, right? That everybody's looking at right now, especially people in investment world, because we like, yo, if they don't make that deadline, then all the markets might crash, right? But see, me as an investor, I take that as an opportunity, right? Because we know eventually they're gonna come to some agreement and raise it, because they as you see, it went from 5.6 trillion to 31 trillion. That's the debt. How are we gonna ever pay that back, right? And if we don't pay that back, look what they attack. The first thing they attack is Social Security people. Who is that? The elder people, right? That's the first thing they attack. Then unemployment would probably go through the roof, right? People would be out here with no jobs. Then you got to think that tax return everybody getting, when you file your taxes and you get a return, that's in danger as well, right? Those tax returns, because that has a lot to do with that debt. You see, you pay your taxes, America pay you back, but guess what? They borrowing money on the back end. Like they got to balance their checkbook, right? America has a checkbook. This is one of the things that Kennedy didn't want, the original Kennedy, right? He didn't want this Federal Reserve shit. And what happened to him? We all know what happened to him, right? Now his brother is running for president. He's using Bitcoin. What's Bitcoin? The total opposite of our monetary policy, right? It's the total opposite. So this is what's going on in the background. Why people not paying attention to this, right? And I'm looking at this. Why? Because I'm an investor. See, it say interest rates on mortgages, car loan, credit cards have already gone up, but the default will send them even higher, right? And as you see, we not even reached the debt ceiling, and you have banks collapsing. 3 of the 4 major biggest bank collapse in history happened in the past 2 months. So if they don't that's why a lot of investors are really paying attention to this and what's going on with this debt ceiling increase, because if they don't raise it, what do you think is going to happen? A lot more banks are going to collapse. But guess what that's doing, right? It's going to only make Bitcoin even that much stronger because of the way Bitcoin is made and what actually Bitcoin is. That's why people don't understand. I hear a lot of people always talking, they don't know what the hell they be talking about, right? It's the reason why you see it's the fastest growing asset in human history, and it's at a price of $27,000. It started at less than a penny, right? It's a reason for that. People say, "Oh, you can't make no more money in that no more." They don't know what the hell they talking about. It's only like 2% penetration in the world. You only have a few countries that's actually run on Bitcoin. Imagine if the whole world was run on Bitcoin, where that price would be. Right? People don't understand the algorithm of the Bitcoin and what it actually is. It's a whole new monetary policy, right? Job loss, market turmoil. That's talking about the stock market. You would probably see a crash, a major crash in the stock market. Everything would go basically all the way down. What is that? Buying opportunity, right? But me personally, I feel like they're going to reach some type of agreement, because they don't want this to happen. As you see, all this negative shit, it'll really mess up the economy. So all it takes is for the Republicans and Democrats to come to some type of agreement, and they playing hardball with each other right now, right? They're going to end up coming to agreement, but they have to do that by June 1st. So we're going to have some big problems around here in this country, right? As far as inflation and job loss and Social Security and Federal Reserve income tax payments. When you get your income tax, if you ain't file your income taxes, oh, you in trouble. Because if they don't make a decision right here, you might not get that tax return. So we have to pay attention to this type of stuff, as well as laugh and joke and play around and see what's going on actually in the world with people arguing. They say, Biz, why you in this sector? You should be in the financial sector. I say, man, my people need to understand this shit too. Fuck you talking about, right? I don't need to be in the financial sector. I need to be right where I'm at, because some people gonna listen to what I'm saying over on this side, right? And they'll end up being in the financial sector. So that's what's going on. You gotta pay attention to what's going on with that. So that's really, really popping right now in this financial world. So let me see what the chat talking about. lies crypto makes money. Just got to pay attention to its movement. Exactly, Big Greg. Big Greg, they don't know what the hell they talking about. They just be talking, right? People just talk. Oh, you can't make no money in that. It's too late, bruh. It's just starting, right? It's just starting. They have a convention going on right now in Miami. Every year, it's a convention in Miami called the B word, right? So it's B 2023 right now. A lot of people are at that conference. I'm gonna end up going over the whole conference in a future live because there's so many people that's speaking. I'm talking about celebrities, politicians, big CEOs of big companies and shit. They come on and give a reason why people need to invest. They doing this for the past 2 years now, 3 years now. They've been doing this. And we have to pay attention to that shit because you got to understand Tesla put $2 billion in Bitcoin, right? Not 1,000, not 10,000, 2 billion, right? Why would they do something like that? Apple, right? If you pay attention to Apple, I wanted to talk about that too. Apple now has a savings account that's yielding 4% interest. The highest bank, the biggest bank in the world is Chase, right? Chase, JP Morgan Chase. They only have a 0.001 interest on your savings account. Fucking Apple just put out a savings account that giving you 4% interest on your money. How can they do that? I'll tell you how. Because Apple is involved in crypto, right? They taking your money, using it in crypto market, and getting the gains and giving you back a return. That's all the Fidelity and all those people. That's all they do. When you invest into a Fidelity, talking about a 401k, those people just take your money and invest it and give you a return. But they make money on your money. That's how they're able to do this, right? That's what I say. A 401k, I'd rather do my own 401k, right? Invest my own money. Why do I need to give it to somebody to invest for me and give me a cut on what I actually would have made, right? That's why people invest. Oh, 401k is so good. Do you realize if it was so good, how you think did people making so much money off of you? Because they're actually investing your money for you, right? And they give you a cut on what you would have got. They give you back. So you might get half of your money or double or whatever. But imagine the money they making, right? The actual financial institutions that's doing this for you. Me, I take the approach where I'm going to be my own 401k. I'm going to invest my own money, so that way I could get all my money. If I hit, if I miss, that's on me. I'd rather take that shot. That's just me. I got a different risk tolerance than a lot of people. Say Robinhood giving out 4.5% too. You see that right there? What's up, Brooklyn lady Ellie? Do you do a one-on-one investing? Yeah, I could do that, right? And I can help anybody out. I like to come on here and if we talk, what it say? If we talking back and forth, you have questions, I'll answer any questions that I can, within financial guidelines. I'm not going to tell you what to invest your money in. I'll give you my opinions on something and things like that. I can't, it's against the law, right, for me to tell you exactly where to put your money at. I'll tell you where I put my money at. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you, I want you to put $10,000 here. That's financial shit. I can't do that. I can't give financial advice. Anything I say on here is not financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only, right? And I'm just telling you what I'm doing with my money. So, you could do what you want to do with your money. Wink, wink. You get it? So every year down here, got to pay thousands to get in. I want to get into one of those conferences. Me too, Big Greg. I want to go down there one day. It's going on right now in Miami, right? So right now we're going to talk about, let me see what's going on right here, up here. Entertainment and educational purposes. Yep. So this is a little piece of what's going on at that fucking Bitcoin conference. And you're going to see this dude that I'm talking about, Robert Kennedy. He's actually running for president, right? He's running for president. Hold on. Let me get this joint queued up, right? So he's running for president, and I just pushed pause on that shit. He's running for president right now. This is John F. Kennedy's brother, Robert Kennedy. He's running for president, and he has a campaign, and look where he's at right now. If he get elected, it's going to the moon. But he's still got a lot of work to do if he want to get elected. So we about to share this screen right here. Boom. I think it's sharing. Let me make sure. Yep, it's sharing. That's Robert Kennedy, John F. Kennedy's brother, right? He's a presidential candidate. He's running for president. So let's see what he say. We're gonna stop and pause under fair use. Right, I want to talk about this under fair use because this is actually coming from the actual Bitcoin conference that's going on right now in Miami. Right, see it would say 2023. So let's see what he talking about.
There's a lot of people who are not in this room for whom Bitcoin may seem an issue that's too trivial for a presidential campaign. David Bailey at a party that we were at last night asked me how I got sold on Bitcoin. And I told him that it happened to me in an instant when I saw the truckers, what happened at the trucker strike in Ottawa. And a few months before that, I had gone to Italy and I had given a public speech. Well,
you see what he's talking about right now? This is Robert Kennedy, JFK's brother, running for president right now in this campaign. He's talking about what happened in Canada when the government wanted everybody to take the vaccine and those truckers said, no, we don't want to take it. What did they do? They seized their bank accounts. When the truckers said, we're not going to go, we're going to go on strike. They seized their bank accounts, basically forcing them. Like, if you don't do what we say, you can't get a hold to your own money that you work for that's in your bank account. They wouldn't let people donate to those people, right? You couldn't even donate to them or nothing. What is that? That's control. And look at what he's talking about. He don't want that control, that power no more. He's saying that's bad for America. Whose brother is this again? Robert Kennedy, right? JFK's brother. That's who brother this is. You see the views right there? What happened to his brother? What ended up happening to his brother? Because he didn't want America to sign with the Federal Reserve with all that control, power. It's not about money for real, people. It's about control. They want to control everything, right? So let's get back into it.
Large crowd in Italy about the dangers of digital currency, and particularly programmable currency that could be used by governments to enforce, to punish bad behavior in combination with surveillance systems and facial recognition systems that the government would know when you were doing something wrong and could change your credit card. And this is what's happening in China. So they would only purchase groceries within maybe a 5-minute walk of your home. And I said that hypothetically, and I think 6 weeks after I made that speech, I saw that very thing happen to the truckers in Ottawa. As most of you know, that trucker strike was a peaceful demonstration of people who were demanding rights that are sacred and are taken for granted for every American.
Hey, can you guys hear? I see Brooklyn Lady Ellie put no sound. Can you guys hear it? Is everybody can hear it? Big Greg, you can hear this? Black, what's up, Black? Appreciate you pulling up. Hey, Big Greg, you can hear this? Yes, okay. All right, so this is the actual presidential candidate. What is he running on a campaign based around Bitcoin? Why? Financial freedom, right? It's no more printing money. No more of this debt ceiling bullshit, right? How we got to keep raising the debt ceiling. America's in $31 trillion worth of debt. Everybody's running around having fun, playing around, wanting to fucking laugh and joke all the time. They're not paying attention to what's really going on out here. Why you think fucking prices on everything keep skyrocketing, right? Because they keep printing money. How we go from 5 trillion in debt to 31 trillion, okay? With a T. That's a whole lot of money. How are we going to pay that money back? Even if they raised it, what are they trying to do here? Think about what's going on. If you were in debt, right, and your debt ceiling was reached and you maxed out all your credit cards and you try to go to the bank and get another credit limit increase, they're going to tell you fucking crazy. But what is going on here? America is actually to the limit on their debt. Like their credit score is fucking 500 because they done maxed their credit out. Now they asking for an increase on that debt. Who's paying this debt? Who's gonna pay this debt? This is the cycle that the dollar is creating. This is why I like Bitcoin, as long as well as a whole bunch of other many people, right? A whole bunch of other people, the smart people in the room thinking about this shit, right? You could even make the case that people already know, but they don't want to know. It's becoming more and more of a household name. The Lakers going to play in a little while. Crypto.com arena is where they play, right? What's going on that we're not paying attention to? Why is it so hard for people to understand, hey, I need to pay attention or at least think about this, right? Trust me, your kid's going to be mad at you in the future. Because I'm telling you, I feel the bull market is already started. They say, well, Biz, what are you talking about? The bull market don't just go straight up, right? Nothing just goes straight up. Look at what's happening. The past 3 weeks have been maintaining a level around 25 to 29,000. It ain't going no lower. It's ready to take off. It needs some type of event or some type of news to just trigger the blast. The charts, I'm reading the charts, right? I do that. I'm gonna try to show you guys this one day. What I use to look at these charts on the Bitcoin, or any asset, right? It's charts, moving averages. You got your RSI indicator. You have the volume. It tells you how much been traded. Volume basically like you turn it up, turn it down on a stereo. The louder the higher the volume is, the more people that was transacting that day. You have RSI. You have your moving average. You have your MACD. That's another indicator. It tells you the momentum in the market. The stochastic RSI. That's a hard word to pronounce. That's telling you the momentum in the market. What I'm seeing right now is Bitcoin is actually holding a level around 25,000. That, and the moving average, what traders do every day, they use those moving averages and they trade off of those moving averages. Right now we're holding that level. So it looking like in maybe 100, 200 more days, you might see another pop up and it's going to pass that 29,000 in my opinion and hit it in $30,000 level. And then you're going to see fluctuations as nothing goes up in a straight line. But I tell you what you probably will not see is another drop down to 15,000. While everybody keeps saying that, I don't think so, because we're holding these levels for a long period of time, right? It's building that foundation that it needs in order to make it to the next level. Hold on real quick, because I hear noise upstairs and these kids is driving their daddy crazy. Hey, what the hell is y'all doing up there? Brooke. Hey, man, don't make me come upstairs. I ain't playing with you. I hear doors slamming. You always say it's not you. It ain't never you. And, hey, watch how you keep talking back to me, woman. Playing with you. All right, excuse me for that interruption. That's the babies, man. They be tripping. And I don't play that stuff. But, okay. You know, you got to be a parent. Hey, don't let me hear no more doors slamming. I swear to God. There's going to be some problems in here. All right. So this is what's going on, right? This is why I like Bitcoin. So let's get into it. Let's listen some more. Let's see what's going on.
The right to be free of government mandates, the right for free assembly, the right for free speech, the right to petition our government, all of those things that we take for granted. And nonetheless, and it was a peaceful demonstration, nonetheless, the Canadian government fiercely repressed the truckers' protests. Government officials declared a state of emergency. They suppressed free speech. Perhaps most alarmingly, they froze the bank accounts of hundreds of protesters and their supporters, which they identified using surveillance and data monitoring technologies. Some of these lawful and peaceful protesters, none of these lawful and peaceful protesters had violated any law. They had not been charged, and they certainly had not been convicted. But suddenly they found that they could not access their money, their bank accounts, to pay their mortgages or to feed their families. When I witnessed this cataclysm, this
Hey, I just saw a comment, so I don't want to misspoke. VMAC just said RFK of JFK nephew. So his nephew, maybe his nephew then. I'm thinking it's his brother, but maybe it's his nephew. Either way, it's that bloodline, right? So we're going to put that up just to make sure. If it's his nephew, if it's brother, either way, it's family. That's family.
devastating use of government repression, I realized for the first time how free money is as important to freedom as free expression. And
you heard what he said? This is the Bitcoin conference. There's a bunch of people in the room, right? He said free money is as important as free expression, right? Basically, he's trying to tell you that the dollar is not a free system. It's a controlled system, right? They're controlling you with that dollar. Bitcoin was created as a free monetary system, right? They can't just keep printing it. That's why the value keep going up so high, right? Could you imagine if they didn't just keep printing dollars, right? Your buying power would still be strong. $1,000 would still be a major amount of money. Now $1,000 ain't no money because they keep printing it. They diluting it. You just have to think about that cup of liquor on the shelf, and you just keep pouring water in it. Pretty soon ain't no more liquor. It's just like if you take soap, right? You washing dishes. You put soap in a glass. You rinse it out with water. You just keep putting water on the soap, and what happens? The soap is no more longer there, right? You done rinse the soap off. That's what they're doing with this money. They keep printing it and printing it and printing it. Every time something happens, printing it and printing it. They just raised the debt ceiling $31 trillion. Who the hell gonna pay that back? You can't ain't enough money to pay it back. That's why we in the debt, right? It's no one person have that kind of money. That shit is crazy. But that's the type of debt we are in as a country. This is why I rock with Bitcoin, right? Eventually, it's gonna collapse. All great empires have collapsed in history. The Roman Empire, all of them, right? What is that? The Aztec, all of them that was up top, they all collapsed. Eventually, the dollar is going to collapse. And it's not but so high they can raise the debt ceiling until it actually collapses. They have to change a lot of these policies. The Democrats run on giving away free shit, right? Republicans run on business. That's the difference, in my opinion. I'm not Republican or Democrat. I don't give a fuck either way, right? Because none of the shit what they do affects me. I need to control my own life, right? That's why I'm investing in what I believe in. I'm not worried about no politician coming and save me because it hasn't ever happened, right? They all want money, greed. That's one reason why I like Trump. I know some of the wild shit he say. I'll be like, damn, man, why are you even talking? But I gotta respect the fact that can't nobody buy him, right? You can't buy him, so they can't make him pass certain bills and shit, bribing him with money and shit. That's one thing I did like about the reason why he was the president. Some of the shit he say I don't agree with. He be wilding, but that's one thing I did like.
a government that has the power to starve its citizens when they're disobedient will inevitably turn our entire country into serfs.
True essence in the building.
It is the ambition of every totalitarian regime to exercise complete control over every aspect of our lives.
Big Greg, me too.
We
Me
live at a
too.
time now that technology has dangerously expanded the capacity for governments and corporations to control our lives. Distant, impersonal, multinationals and authoritarian technologies have usurped the realms of human activity that were once private or held by a community. They monitor our every movement, our communications, our every transaction. And the technologies they use to monitor us can also be used to control us. Led by the United States, liberal democracies across the globe suddenly pivoted during the pandemic and used that crisis as an excuse to trample essential constitutional rights and freedoms.
Guys, did you just hear what he just said? I understand this. I understand a few things. Some of the times, this shit don't make you laugh, right? This shit is not entertaining, right? This shit is, you have to actually listen to what he's saying. And this is what the fucking problem is with 90% of Americans. So busy want to be entertained all the goddamn time, right? You missing yo, did you hear what he just said? Let me run it back. Let me just run it back so you can hear it. I heard what he said, right? This is entertaining to me, right? Because I'm trying to get paid, man. I'm trying to create that generational wealth for my kids. I got a different mindset. The laughing, the joking, that's also entertaining, but comes time out where you got to pay attention, right? He's talking about the pandemic and how they use that to create all these other problems, and next thing you know, is no longer here. You realize the CDC just came out and said the pandemic is no longer a threat. Think about this shit. When it first hit, I was like, yo, this is some bullshit. But you couldn't even say that. They banned you, took you off, called you misinformation. They were pushing a more agenda for control. Now I go places, they say no cash accepted, right? No cash, only digital transactions. What the fuck is going on out here? Off of the back of that, now you have cashless society, right? I told you, your great grandkids ain't gonna know nothing about no dollar. It's all gonna be digital. If that's true, right? If you can see what's going on right now, it's true. I don't have a dollar bill in my pocket. What is digital gold? People, digital gold is Bitcoin. But I'm not going to keep trying to prove that to people that don't want to learn, right? That's why you don't see me everywhere keep talking about it. I just say, fuck it. You could lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink that shit, right? What's the problem with putting $10, $15 over there every week? Then once you understand, start putting more money. That's what I said. Shit, this week, what Friday was yesterday, first thing I did, check my paycheck, my bank account, went through my bills, paid all the bills that I was due, that I needed to pay, right? Made sure I had a little portion left over in case me and my kids want to go somewhere, have some fun, get some food or whatever, you know, hang out, do some fuck shit, right? Play around, laugh and joke. Also took out $150 this week for the crypto, for my freedom in the future, right? Going along with these people like him. You think he fucking stupid? And look at what he's talking about. Off the back of the pandemic, they created a lot of shit to control you. And they saw it work because everybody was running around here mask face. I was one of the ones that was pissed off wearing the mask. Only wore it because people made me to come in certain buildings when I went to go see my son play basketball. Man, I'm in there the whole time talking shit though. Nobody want this dumbass mask, man. What Donald Trump said, hey, then I'm not shutting down my economy. What the fuck? This shit is fake news. He was saying that shit. Oh, we gotta get this motherfucker out of here, right? Hindsight is 2020. A lot of people voted for Biden like, damn, man, we should have kept Trump. So let's run this back just a little bit. I don't want to go too far back so you can hear what he just said.
Our every movement, our communications, our every transaction, and the technologies they use to monitor us can also be used to control us. Led by the United States, liberal democracies across the globe suddenly pivoted during the pandemic and used that crisis as an excuse to trample essential constitutional rights and freedoms.
What?
Government suspended the rights to free assembly, the freedom of worship, property rights, trial by jury, and they censored free speech in the name of combating misinformation and disinformation. We lost our freedom to travel. The mandates cost us even sovereignty over our own bodies. Some might say, well, those were just temporary restrictions and temporary suspensions of our rights. But the Constitution has no pandemic exception. And
Did you? What? Yo, bruh. Man. Laughing and joking and dancing and twerking and all that shit. You missing this shit, right? There's too many people talking about what is Bitcoin? Why did they create it? What is it about? You got this man on the screen talking. He talking that talk, right? That's exactly what they did. And then when you think about it, right? You telling me God made that shit? And then they just came out with a vaccine in the fastest ever in history, right? Sounds like an agenda, a plan to me, right? Sounds like they did that shit on purpose, right? Straight up, because they wanted to gain more control. Who's they? The powers that be. Who is that? The people with the control, right? They like, yo, these people doing what they want too much. We got to stop it. How can we do this to the American people? Because they're not going to fall for it if we don't create a big crisis. Right? If we don't create a big crisis in the world. You know what I'm saying? We got to do something to force this on them by choice. Right? They actually trick people into choosing to do what the fuck they said. You see that? Oh, you don't want to take it? Oh, we're not going to, you can't go to work. Damn, I need to go to work. Well, shit, fuck it. It's your choice. You don't have to if you don't want to, but if you don't, we gonna fire your ass. What the fuck is that? You work your whole life for a job and they just take your right? Like just take your right away from you, right? Pay attention. And I'm telling you, this Bitcoin shit, right, is free money. Not free money as in you gonna get rich, but it's without any control over any government. That's why the people keep trying to ban it, but it ain't gonna work. The more they try to ban it, the stronger it's gonna get. Right? The stronger it's going to get because people can see. People starting to see, right? All the big banks that have crypto now. Everybody's invested in crypto. Why are you not paying attention? I know, because you're so busy entertained, right? For real, this shit is entertaining to me. I'm listening to him. I'm like, bro, I'm ready to vote for this nigga, this guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to vote for him. Shit.
And by the way, the framers,
I ain't trying to be funny or nothing, right? This is what I don't like. This what Biz don't like. This why Biz over here in this sector doing this. I want you to look at this crowd again, right? And tell me why I need to be in the financial world and all this bullshit. Don't tell me what sector I need to be in, Mr. Ears. Your ass need to listen to this shit too, right? All our community need to be up on game. That's why I'm in this sector. I want you to look at this crowd one more time. This is why I'm in this sector. The shit is irritating. Right? Look at the fucking crowd. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? We entertained. Where the fuck is we at? I'm still looking. I don't see. I'm sure it's 1 or 2, maybe 3, but it ain't 20. Where we at? That's all I want. That's why I'm over here. My people got the right to understand this too. Not just these people in here. You understand? That's why I'm over here. That's why I'm going to continue to be over here. I don't need to go over there. They already got enough. Look in the room, right? If I could get 10 people to pay attention, that's perfectly fine with me. It's less than 10 of us in this fucking conference. Look in the room. Where we at? Oh, I know. We want to watch the basketball game all fucking day. We want to laugh and joke and talk shit all fucking day, right? Here come Biz 101. Like, yo, hey guys, pay attention. I'm going to get in here when I fit in. I ain't going to come on every day, beat you upside the head. But when I come on here, we going to talk. And we talking. Look in the room. Where we at? Can we get some more seats in this motherfucker, please?
And by the way, the framers of the Constitution knew all about pandemics. There was a malaria epidemic that decimated the armies of Virginia during the Revolutionary War, and a smallpox epidemic that froze the armies of New England at the very time when Benedict Arnold had led the capture of the city of Montreal. And because smallpox had decimated that force, we were not able to hold Montreal. Otherwise, Canada today would be part of the United States. And the framers knew that at the time. Not only that, but after the end, between the end of the Revolutionary War and the ratification 9 years later of the Bill of Rights, there were epidemics in almost every city in our country. Smallpox epidemics, cholera epidemics, yellow fever epidemics that killed tens of thousands of people. And yet, the framers did not put an epidemic exception in the Constitution. They wrote the Constitution not for easy times, but for hard times. And
shout out to the Constitution. They fucking violated your rights big time, and you allowed it, and you accepted it, and you followed the leader and did it. I was talking, but I can't talk by myself. I was saying, yo, there's some bull jive, but I can't be the only one saying it. I can't go along to get along. Shout out to KB.
during the Civil War, when we lost 659,000 troops killed in battle on both sides, it's the equivalent of 7.2 million today, a much worse loss than happened in COVID. And our country was being torn apart and came this close to being ripped apart. And when Abraham Lincoln did the right thing and tried to suspend habeas corpus to prevent Confederate infiltrators from inciting riots in the northern cities, he was told by the Supreme Court, you can't do it. It's in the Constitution. It doesn't matter how bad the crisis is. You cannot suspend the Constitution. And yet, we saw this very, very dangerous precedent that we now have, that we as American citizens are now facing in our country, that happened during COVID, where the government established a new precedent, which is that if it has a good enough excuse, the government can now take away all of our freedoms. And guess what? There is always a good excuse, whether it's to stop a new disease, the next pandemic, to protect us from misinformation, to prevent domestic terrorism, to stop hate speech, to prosecute a war, or to fight climate change. But all of these reasons can easily turn into pretexts. Control over the public starts perhaps as a means, but it always becomes an end. It's part of the unstated and seductive ideology of totalitarianism that utopia will come through exercising perfect control over society. And that works well as long as...
You heard what he said? What he's saying right there is basically they out there riding four-wheelers. What he basically said just now was this pandemic set a precedent where the government was allowed to basically tell you what the fuck to do. And the people went with that shit, right? Because you're so busy entertained. Hey, come on, people. We gotta wake up. We can't allow for this type of stuff to happen again. He said it doesn't matter how bad the crisis is. You can't overstep people's constitutional rights. They can't tell me that I have to wear something on my face. But I can't be the only one in there saying I'm not gonna wear this shit. Right? They scare tacted your ass into giving up your rights, and they saw that shit work. So anytime they want, they could create another crisis and make more control and pass more laws, based off of crisis and tell you can't speak. They desensitize people. They tell you, oh, you can't do this. They silence you, right? These are the same people that create that dollar everybody chasing. I'm not chasing a dollar no more. I'm chasing Bitcoin. I know that shit sound crazy right now, but what happened 10 years from now when this shit really take hold? When people really start getting tired of this shit, right? When people really start waking up, when they turn off the fucking music all goddamn day, twerking and shit, right? Out there hustling and shit, not paying attention, right? I ain't chasing a dollar no more. I'm chasing Bitcoin. I'm saying that shit loud. Straight up.
The good guys are in control, or your guys are in control. Bitcoin is a bulwark against precisely this kind of government and corporate expansion and intrusion. In fact, it has been used.
Bitcoin is against this type of intrusion and government.
It has been used to bypass oppressive government controls over the monetary systems, as in Canada and Myanmar. As president, I will make sure that your right to hold and use Bitcoin is inviolable. First,
he said if he get elected president, he'll make sure your right to hold Bitcoin can't be fucked with. Basically, is what he's saying. If he get to be the president, he running on Bitcoin, pro Bitcoin, right? I'm like, man, boy, you know the election coming up, right? You know the Bitcoin halving is on the way, right? Next year, this time, the Bitcoin halving is coming. What that means is instead of increasing the Bitcoin, they decrease the Bitcoin supply, making it more rare, making it more expensive, going up even higher. You got a country in Salvador. They got a whole economy they run off of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is legal tender in El Salvador, right? That's one country. And people say, oh, you can't make no more money. I'm like, bro, y'all not looking at the bigger picture. Look at the globe. You talking about one country. What happened when you could go into Walmart and use Bitcoin? What do you think the price is going to be at then? Right? For one. I'm just saying, right? It might not never happen. It might not happen in my lifetime. But what if it does? You're going to be left out because you were scared to invest a little bit of short change, trash money, throwaway money, right? I'm just saying, man. I ain't scared. Scared money don't make no money. I buy that shit every week, up or down, no matter what, because I ain't thinking about tomorrow when I put my money in, right? I'm not thinking about what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm trying to hit the lotto and all that shit. No, I'm investing for the future of this project, this Bitcoin project, which is happened to be the fastest growing asset in human history. Nothing on earth is growing fast as this shit, right? Nothing. And now all of the big banks and institutions are just now getting involved, right? Tesla just bought Bitcoin last year, 2021, 2022, right? They just put money in there. These big Bank of America just now getting on the train. All these people just now getting on the train. See, somebody say, oh, you can't make no money in that. It's already went to its highest. They fucking sound stupid to me, right? So I'm just saying, you got a presidential campaign talking about this. If it's too late, this is the first time you ever heard a presidential candidate, an actual person that's running for president talking about this. But it's too late. Nah, bruh. We just in the beginning. This is just now starting. It's just now starting because people starting to realize what's going on. A lot of people waking up. A lot of people like, yo, this shit crazy. They out here trying to control us. What are they gonna run to when they realize the dollar full of shit, right? When they realize they could just print your dollar, it's just paper monopoly money. When they realize that, where they gonna put their wealth? When they realize inflation causes you to lose between 2 and 5% of your money every year. You put your money in a bank, it loses value every year just sitting there in cash because they keep printing it, right? When people start to realize this shit, they like, yo, hold on, it's another way out here, right? Shit, fuck that. Pay attention.
I will defend the right of self-custody of Bitcoin and other digital assets. You should be able to own your own private keys the same as you own the keys to your car or own your wallet. Your wallet, whether it's in your pocket or in your computer, is your own. I don't think the government has the right to demand access to your Bitcoin key or indeed any of your passwords. To say otherwise is to cede essential territory to the surveillance state. Second, I will uphold the right to run a node at home.
Ooh.
KYC requirements should be applied at the level of banks and exchanges, not at the level of nodes. Otherwise it would become impossible to run the software. The whole point of Bitcoin is that it's decentralized. Anyone can run a node, and it's important not only for Bitcoin, but for democracy to be decentralized. Third, I will defend use-neutral, industry-neutral regulation of energy. President Biden's 30% tax on energy for Bitcoin miners requires an invasive surveillance apparatus to monitor what is happening in individual computers.
He's talking about them Bitcoin miners. That's what I'm invested in. I'm invested in Bitcoin mining. So when he's talking about that, I'm listening, because Biden is trying to put a 30% tax on the miners, but I don't think it's going to happen, though.
It sets a terrible precedent in which everything that you do that requires electricity must now be monitored by the government. That's why I also support people's rights to refuse smart meters in their homes. Fourth, I will make sure that the United States remains the global hub of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies.
Ooh. Bruh, I don't care about politics, but I'm about to vote for this guy. He said he will make sure that the United States remain the global hub for Bitcoin. Oh, man. I could just imagine going everywhere using Bitcoin to buy stuff. By that time, I'm going to be a multi-millionaire. Like, straight up, no cap, right? Once that shit trickles to all the states and you could literally go in the store, Home Depot, McDonald's, Walmart, and use Bitcoin, listen here. You don't understand how high the price is going to be. When people talk about, oh, it's no money to be made. What Greg said, I just put it on the screen. Bitcoin capped at 60,000. That was the euphoria. That was everybody running because they saw the price going up, right? And they were buying retarded price levels, right? That's not when you buy. That's not when I buy, okay? When it starts taking off like that, I get real nervous because I'm like, bruh, any moment this shit could fall. Just think, how long have we been holding this level right here, right? This telling me it's some stability right here at these price levels between 25 and 29,000. That's a level, right? That's stability. If it takes off tomorrow and shoots up to 50,000 and I decide to buy it, that would be really stupid of me, right? Because I'm like, yo, that's euphoria. People is getting so excited. They just piling all type of money. Hey, did you see Bitcoin? Did you see Bitcoin? No, clown. I seen Bitcoin when it was crashing. When everybody else was scared, that's when I saw it. That's when I get excited. Like, yo, this the time right here. This shit crashing. Oh, yeah, I could get it for the low, right? That's when I get excited. Oh, Biz, you got money in there, so. Biz, your money crashing, so. I threw it in there anyway. I expected to lose it. I didn't put my bill money in there. Biz, you gonna buy some more? Absolutely. Yep, I'm gonna buy some more. It's crashing. I'm excited. When it start going up like that, I want to sell. You're going to see. I'm going to come on here and I'm going to start selling. Once this thing start actually moving into the upside and start skyrocketing like that, oh, man, it's time to start selling. While everybody want to buy it, I'll sell it to you. You want it? Pay the high price. That's my reward for buying it when it was cheap. Then I would retain that money and wait for everybody to get scared again. When it start crashing and Bitcoin is crashing, I'm scared. That's when I'm gonna buy, right? I do the opposite of people. That's why only 90% of the traders lose, right? Because they follow the majority, they follow the herd. That's not how you invest. You do the opposite. This is what all the big wigs talk about doing, right? So I hope this dude get elected. It's his first time running. He got a good name behind him, but you know everybody like Trump. But actually, Trump got an NFT out here, more digital assets. Man, y'all better pay attention. All this damn entertainment and shit is blindsiding you. Why you see what the room is? You see who in that room, and that's just some real talk. We need to be in that room.
Major established companies like PayPal, Fidelity, and Block are investing heavily in Bitcoin-related software development. Some of the best engineers and coders in the tech industry work in this field, and we want to keep them here in America. I will reverse the government's growing hostility toward this industry and keep innovation at home. That leads to my fifth point. Events like the FTX calamity prove that some kind of regulation of the crypto industry is needed. My administration will consult with knowledgeable people like yourselves to establish sensible jurisdiction and governance. For starters, we must recognize that Bitcoin is not a security and should not be regulated as such. Bitcoin is in a class by itself. Its wide decentralization, I'm told now that there are 40,000 nodes, prevents a lot of the insider trading, manipulation, and pump and dump schemes that plague other cryptocurrencies. 6, I will carefully consider whether individuals like Ross Ulbricht were prosecuted I will consider whether they were prosecuted for actual crimes or as a means to crack down on crypto. If they had been unjustly made an example, I will consider pardoning them, and I will act very quickly to do so.
We only got a little bit longer. I ain't gonna watch the whole thing.
Before I conclude, I'd like to say something about the environmental criticism at Bitcoin. It may be unpopular to say here, but even though those criticisms are exaggerated, they have some degree of validity. It's exaggerated because Bitcoin miners chase the cheapest energy. They have to do that.
You talking about Bitcoin miners? Remember, this was my biggest investment in these Bitcoin miners, and he talking about it now. See, I'm listening. Why? Because my money in the line right here. I got a lot of money in this shit, right? I put my money where my mouth is. I got some Crow coin as well too. That's an exchange. It's around 6 cents right now. Between 6 and 7 cents. It been there for months, sitting at that level. What's that telling biz? Hey, this is a nice strong level. Every week I just put money in there, right? Man, you got to start thinking about the future. I'm looking at the chat, right? It's 11 people in here. Do you understand why it's not that many people making money investing and people don't learn? Because they got their attention somewhere else. It's just real shit. This shit is crazy. But your desire to want to be entertained is good. It's going to be your fall when it comes to, man, I should have been listening. Man, I should have been paying attention. Just know Bitcoin started at 0.0008. That's a decimal point with 3 zeros and an 8 in front of it. Right now it's 27,000. You was entertained though, right? It started in 2009, it's 2013. So 14 years it took to do that. You were entertained the whole time, but you missed out on I don't know how much wealth you could have had right now. Just pay attention, man. Stop selling yourself short by not understanding and wanting to learn and trying to search for the knowledge, right? So basically that's all I had to talk about today. Show you a little something you should watch right now. It's an actual conference in Miami, right? It's like the whole weekend, maybe a week. A lot of different people going to be coming on. It just started, right? Like 2 days ago. They just started. So I'm actually going through, I'm looking at what a lot of people say, right? Because why? This is where my money is. And I want to understand what's going on. So I'm going to be looking through that. I'm going to come on. Once this thing is over, I'm going to come on and give a recap on some highlights of what a lot of people said. It's going to include him. It's another guy that I saw spoke, but I thought this one right here was very important because this is an actual presidential candidate with a name of Kennedy talking about this shit, right? And I said, man, the people need to see this, right? A lot of the other people's entertainers and stuff like that, a lot of entertainers promote crypto, but to see an actual presidential candidate that's actually running for office, you like, hold it. What's going on here? So you guys, you know what I'm saying? Y'all take it easy. Hold on. Let me show you one more thing. I'll show you what's going on in my account, because I always do that. So I forgot to pull it up, but I'm about to pull it up right now. What's going on in my actual account. So you guys know, that I ain't sold nothing yet. I still ain't sold nothing. I keep it like that because I want people to understand that I'm not just talking that shit. I'm actually putting the money where my mouth is. So let me pull this up on the screen. I'm trying to load it up right now. Then I'll pull it up on the screen. And then we can get out of here and go back to being entertained. But at least you took some knowledge and you learned a little bit more today than you did yesterday. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole key. Then I'm going to go up here and play with my kids and beat them up. And it's not like, y'all know what I'm saying. They're my babies. I'm, take them out. We going to have some fun, go eat some food or whatever. I was thinking about going to an amusement park. I want to see how cold it is outside. All right. So, boom. We got share this tab. Bam. All right. So, this is my account. As y'all guys can see, I'm very... let me turn this off because I'm done with him right now. So, I'm very transparent with what I do, and I wore my Bitcoin shirt, and people don't get it. They don't get it because they chasing that dollar. They don't understand how the dollar is made, though. Let me show you something about the human mind. They follow the leader, right? So everybody's chasing dollars, so everybody want dollars, not understanding that America about to hit a debt ceiling, 31 trillion. That's how much debt we is with that dollar. That dollar is losing its value every day. People don't understand it. All they know is money, 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 money. I'm like, yo, y'all looking for the wrong type of money. I'm looking for a money that won't be devalued so fast, right? And that is Bitcoin. If you pay attention, it's actually digital gold. It's a store of value. It's not something that just get rich. It's something that will give you value over time, preserve your wealth, right? Your wealth will be preserved. Why? Because they can't just keep printing it. I feel more safe with my money sitting in Bitcoin than I do my money sitting in the bank. They say, Biz, why is that? Because they keep printing fucking money. They do the opposite with Bitcoin. Next year, you're going to see a run and you're going to wish that you got in it. And I'm telling you that because I know it's a Bitcoin halving event. Every 4 years, they cut the rewards of Bitcoin in half, which automatically makes the price run up. So regardless to what anybody talking about, the halving event is coming 2024, this time of the year, next year. So what do I know this right now? I'm taking this time to fill up my bag as much as I can for that event. When that shit happens, the price is going to rise. Then you're going to see another rise. Then you're going to see the people that saw it rise. They're going to pile in on top. It's going to rise even higher. That's when I'm going to sell, right? Because that's too much excitement. When I see all that, the first level up, I won't sell. Second level up, I won't sell. That third level up, oh yeah, it's time to start selling, right? It's time to start taking some of that profit off the table because in a minute, that shit gonna come back down because all it is hype. right? People run to the hype. Oh shit, Bitcoin going up. Yo, I'm back in. It's back on. Let's go. They start piling money in there. I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers tripping. I gotta take my cut. Fuck that. I take my money out of there. Shit, let me get that money out of there. Then when that shit start crashing and I hear the crybabies, when they come back, it's all a cycle. Pay attention to how Bitcoin has evolved. It's all the same thing. Bitcoin hit 20,000. Everybody was on the top of the world. Then it crashed. Everybody start crying again. That's when I come back in. Yo, let me get some more of that on the back end, right? As it's rising, let me take that off the top because I know it's going to crash. Remember this number. It started at 15,000 in January. We are on the first leg up right now. Why everybody still scared, right? People still scared. That second leg up, people going to start like, yo, hold on. This shit's starting to do it again. That third leg up, that fourth leg up, oh, that's just all the latecomers. All the people that say, yo, I'm going to get some money too. Them motherfuckers is the ones that's going to get shot. They the ones that going to get their ass kicked because they buying at the higher levels. That's when I'm going to be selling to those latecomers. Those people that want to pile on and get the excitement. Those the people that I'm about to sell to. They too late. You too late. Now you got to wait another cycle. Now you got to go through the bear cycle and hold while I'm buying. You understand? So salute to everybody here. This is my account. As you see, we still holding that $15,800 level. Remember, if you guys been coming in here, my account was down as far as $8,000, right? I was down as far as $8,000. I think my overall account balance was like 7,000, some shit like that. All you gotta do is look at my past videos, and I'll come in on there every day talking about how much I'm buying because we was crashing. I was saying it, and now look at the reward I'm getting. I'm up actually. My account is actually all positive, and we haven't even started yet. All because I was buying that fear. I was buying that fear when everybody was scared and they thought the world was going to end. When all those fucking Ukraine war and all that weird shit was going on, I was steady buying those lows, buying that dip. They call it buy the dip, the DIP, in case you guys can't understand what I'm saying. Buy the dip. I was buying that dip. And now that it's starting to rise again, I already done made my money back. And then some, and now I'm just waiting, and I'm continuing to add to the bag, right? I'm continuously adding to the bag every week because I understand next year, this time, you will see a halving event. And that event will be a major event in Bitcoin where they cut the rewards in half, making it more rare, right? Less rewards given out. And that will automatically cause the price to go up in value. Wherever it's at, it'll go up in value because it'll be less Bitcoin on the market to buy. You understand? Every 4 years they do this. It's in the algorithm for Bitcoin, programmed into the currency. Can't nobody change it. So 2024, then you have another one in 2028. Well, what's going to happen between 2024 and 2028? You're going to see a bear cycle again. You're going to see the same thing repeat itself, right? We're going to get that euphoria. Boom. Everybody going to think we're going to $1 million. Bear's going to be selling at that point. When I start hearing everybody talk shit about how much they love Bitcoin, it's time for me to get the hell out of there. Then you're going to have that bear cycle where everybody's crying and complaining, talking about we going lower. That's when I'm going to start buying again. You understand? Shit is easy once you get the mind for it. It's hard to do though, because you will see fluctuations in your account that you'll be like, oh my God, I'm losing so much money. But don't think about the money. Think about the ownership. Ownership is the key to wealth, right? The more you can buy for the cheapest you can get it is the best thing to do, right? And just hold and wait and be patient is what I'm doing. What up, Dimple D? Sis in the building. Salute to Sis, man. Shout out Sis. Appreciate y'all pulling up. So you right. Look what Mr. Independent said. I want to show you this. He said, you right. I missed my train. I remember it was at $200. See? Now it's at 27,000. This is the way off of that dollar. You see a presidential campaign running for president speaking on Bitcoin. Talking about he want Bitcoin. Why? because it's the opposite of the dollar. We are at a ceiling of $31 trillion in debt. That if these government officials don't make a decision by June 1st, the America economy is really going to collapse, because we're going to be defaulting on a $31 trillion debt. But we steady chasing this dollar, right? You guys chase the dollar, go ahead, have fun. Biz chasing the Bitcoin. I want nothing but Bitcoin, because I can see the writing on the wall. Only reason is because I pay a little bit more attention to this shit that's going on in the economy, right? I see Bank of America buying. I see Chase Morgan Bank buying, right? I see Fidelity just open up a crypto address wallet. I see this shit, right? I see fucking Lakers got crypto.com arena. I see crypto everywhere, right? I see this shit. Time out for all that bullshit, right? I'm paying attention. My kids, I'm showing them what's going on, because that's the only way they're gonna learn. You saw the room. The room was nothing but those people, but white people. Was no black people to be found nowhere in the room. I'm sure they sprinkled in there. It's like a fucking cup of vanilla ice cream with 3 sprinkles on that shit, though. Y'all seeing this shit. I ain't making it up. Why is that? Why is that? Because you want to be entertained so much that you miss your opportunity, right? You miss learning something that could potentially make you the money that you're trying to chase by being entertained. Like, real talk, though. Real talk. This next event is coming next year. Right now, in between now and next year, this is my time to gather, to gather all my tokens, and then let it blast off. When it crash, I'll be buying more. You understand? Sell at the top. Now nobody can time it though, right? Can't time it. So it's a way to sell when it's selling time. Biz gonna come on here and talk about that, because it is gonna be selling time. We're gonna sell piece by piece. As it starts to go up higher levels, you're gonna sell some. It goes up higher level, you sell some more. It's a way to sell. The same way you buy is the same way you sell, but you just sell it on the upside, right? I'm gonna be telling you when I sell. Right now is not the time to sell for me. Right now is just the beginning of that bull run that we're going to see here shortly. I believe this is just my opinion. This is all entertainment purposes, right? I believe by the end of this year, you might see a $40,000 Bitcoin, right? People going to say, damn, Bitcoin going up. They still ain't going to believe. That's the sad part about the shit. Nobody going to really believe until we get above 50,000 again. That don't make no damn sense to me. Right? Because I already do the research, so I understand what it is, right? So I kind of believe now. I'm looking for the fucking lower price now. But once we hit that 50,000 and starts hanging around there, that's when people gonna say, yo, I think this Bitcoin going up. You're gonna see all the articles talk about how Bitcoin is going up. That's when I'm gonna start to get nervous. Like, yo, this shit too good to be true. Once it start blasting off, once we see that 70, 80,000, oh yeah, it's time for me to start selling. Hey guys, I'm gonna come on here. Hey man, shit, I done made a whole lot of money. I'm selling some of this shit, right? I'm not giving this money back. We're gonna sell portions. We're gonna sell it in bits like we buy it, right? If I got what I got, 3,500 shares, I'll sell 500. Go up again, I'll sell another 500. Go up again, shit, I'm keep selling all the way up. I can't time the top, right? But I damn sure won't be caught holding the bag. You understand? Somebody else would be caught in the bag. You know who's going to be holding the bag? The people that didn't believe when it was crashing. Those the people, because they going to want to come in and get some money, and then they going to cry, Bitcoin crashing, and I'm going to be laughing when when that shit crash. I'm going to use their money and buy more. You understand? So that's how that shit rock. Do you hear about they trying to ban the US dollar? Who trying to ban the US dollar? They trying to ban the US dollar. Who trying to do that? I mean, a lot of countries don't even trade in dollars no more. People not paying attention to that. People, all they want to hear is fucking music and sports and shit. They don't want to pay attention to this shit. That's why you got 14. Well, hey, we got 14 people in here now. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the 14, right? Look at some of these other chats. 5, 6, 700 people. It's a disconnect somewhere, right? This chat right here should be flooded with people. People should want to understand this. Guess what? I got a secret for you. I want all you guys to pay attention. This shit happens all the time. So it's nothing that Biz gonna do or nothing. When you see Bitcoin start taking off, trust me, you will see a lot of people coming over here. It's too fucking late. it's too fucking late. When they start to see that shit start taking off again, because it always do these, it moves in cycles, right? Right now we're not in. I think now we're starting to begin the bull cycle. We already went through the bear cycle, right? It was quiet as a church mouse. When this shit start taking off, you're gonna see 100 people in here. It's too fucking late, man. Because everybody gonna be talking about Bitcoin. Then they're gonna say, "Oh, let's go hear what Biz got to say." when they come in here talking about let's go hear what Biz got to say, I'm gonna say, yo, chat, it's 100 people in here, yo. It's time to sell. I'm gonna say, what the fuck? Yo, chat, it's too many people in here, man. It's time to sell. These motherfuckers is late to the party. They're too busy twerking and dancing and hustling and running around buying nice cars and shit. Now they want to get in the mix. Chat, it's time to sell. All y'all 14 that was in here, hey, sell that shit. Sell it to these late motherfuckers. That's how we gonna roll. Government, Congress. For real though. Oh, government trying to be in the dollar? Oh, they want to get that CBDC. I know what you're talking about. The central, they got this shit called Fed now. It's going to be like a central digital currency. But guess what? Florida passed a law to block that. I saw that too. And just the state of Florida, right? So Florida passed a law to block that from their state. So Florida would still be Florida is one of those always trying to be, American right state. I like Florida. And Texas probably a follow because Texas is like that as well. So they trying to ban the dollar and come with the digital dollar. And that's what people are against because that's more control. Just imagine they could program your money. You don't do what they say at a click of a button. They just shut your shit down. You got money. You got to do what they say or you can't get your necessities in life, right? That shit right there, that's the point of Bitcoin. They can't shut your damn Bitcoin down. I'll tell you that. They can't do that shit. That's why it was created. And when people realize that, they're like, yo, hold on, it's some value here. And then they understand how to buy it and understand what's going to happen and understand the fluctuations in the market. It's not that hard. I mean, trust me, you guys came in here and saw my account. I was down $8,000. I was down $8,000 and I constantly bought. People said, yo, you fucking crazy. I said, no, you're fucking crazy. You're fucking crazy, not me. They like, yo, how are you? I'm not looking at the money. Don't look at the money. Look at the ownership, right? Ownership is the key to wealth, not money. Oh, you're down 8,000. You still buying, man? You crazy. You just throwing money away. No, I'm not. I'm actually adding to my ownership. Once it comes back, my whole money gonna come back and then some, as you can see on your screen, right? And trust me, this is just the beginning of the rise. When you see this rise come, you're gonna see this. I'm not gonna tell you because I can't guarantee, but I'm in my estimation of what I think you're gonna see 50,000 plus over here, and not too much longer, right? I done went through the bottoms of the bear market. I'm looking at these charts. These charts are showing that we're starting to gain some strength, right? At these levels. People don't hear me, but that's on them. I don't care, right? By the time we get to where we going, I'm telling you, you're going to see a whole bunch of people coming in here because they're going to want to know what's going on. It's too fucking late then. They're going to have to wait a whole nother cycle, right? Because this shit happens in cycles. Every 4 years is a cycle. So shout out to the chat. I ain't trying to hold y'all all day. Shout out to Sis. Sis got back hot. You know what I'm saying? He getting his fucking his shit back together. Shout out to him. Shout out to Meal Ticket. Shout out to Self Awareness. Shout out to KB. Shout out to Mr. Fair Use. Shout out to the bros. And shout out to everybody keeping it real from day one. And fuck you, ears. I holla at y'all.